Welcome to Open for Business, the Gallatin Valley's only local business and consumer talk show featuring Tom Eaglehoff, the Man Entrepreneur magazine radio called the leading authority in the United States for doing business in small town. Here he is, speaker, author, small business consultant, and Mrs. Eaglehoff's favorite son, Tom Eaglehoff.
All right, welcome everyone. Open for Business. We air every Saturday live from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time on AM 1450 KMMS in Bozeman, 1340 KPRK in Livingston, Montana. If you'd like to be a part of the big broadcast, go to kmmsam.com and click Listen Live. The call-in number during the show, 406-522-TALK, 406-522-8255. I'm here, you're here. Let's get the show on the road.
Welcome back, everyone. It is Saturday, May 13th, 25 minutes before the top of the hour. I want to welcome you to the podcast portion of Open for Business. Each week I share some tips and tricks I've learned over the years about advertising, marketing, promotion, and building strong, successful businesses. And if you missed any of my previous podcasts, you'll find them all on my YouTube channel. And while you're there, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll never miss another weekly podcast. You'll also find a link to my podcast on my website at smalltownmarketing.com. That's smalltownmarketing.com. And today's topic is public relations, how to get publicity for your home-based business. Did you know that many of the largest corporations in America started as home-based businesses? Procter Gamble, Motorola, Microsoft, and Apple Computers, to name just a few. The point is, many people experiment with a business at home part-time while they decide if the business is viable and worth pursuing to a higher level. Most will give up after only a few months if the business hasn't risen to the level of Microsoft. But for those that have decided that the business path they have chosen has potential, the next step is getting as many people as possible to know about it. And that's where publicity comes in. What is publicity and how do you get it? Well, the Random House Dictionary defines publicity as 1. Information given out to attract public attention to a person, cause. 2. Public notice or attention. Now, I cite the definition for a very specific reason. Please note that nowhere in the definition of publicity does it say anything about newspapers, radio, or TV finding or contacting you. According to the definition, you're the one who is supposed to contact them with the information about your business. In the mid-1980s, I worked with a 45-store video chain in San Diego, California. At the time, Raiders of the Lost Ark was the first major blockbuster title to be released on video. It was a major entertainment news event at the time. All the local newspapers, radio, and TV stations came down to our headquarters to interview the owner of the chain about the big event. So how did the media find out about this major news event? Simple. We called them and told them it was happening. They had no idea the release was even scheduled, since at that time, home video was in its infancy. We were on every major station that evening, and many people thought we were the only stores that had the movie. And it was all free, just for a couple of phone calls. Now, when's the best time for you to start seeking publicity? Well, this is the biggest mistake most small and home-based businesses make. They seek publicity too soon. When you start a new business, there's pressure to see immediate results from your efforts. Most people aren't comfortable with delayed gratification. You expect to see the money rolling in, and when that doesn't happen, panic sets in, and you try to kickstart your business without proper planning. As badly as I wanted to rush right out and start promoting my website, I had to wait until I had a substantial number of articles written and a secure credit card ordering system in place for my book. And the site had to have helpful content in order for it to be worthwhile for a customer to visit the site, recommend it to others, and come away with helpful needed information. Now, that took some months of work, plus the expense of keeping the website up with nothing coming in, but it paid off very well in the long run. You must be prepared to handle any increase in business that might come from your publicity. Maybe you need to establish a line of credit with suppliers if business explodes. Do you have a backup supplier in the event one can't deliver? Do you need a certain amount of on-hand inventory? Can you qualify for volume discounts to increase your profit margin? So what are the advantages of publicity? Well, cost would be the big one. Publicity is usually free. If it isn't totally free, it's usually cost effective. So what's the perception of your business by the customer? We tend to remember stories about a business long after they've forgotten their ads. And credibility. Anyone can buy an ad in a newspaper. Publicity must be earned. There's the perception in the mind of the reader that the media doing the story has verified that you are as advertised before they do the story. Where's the best place to publicize your business? Well, the best place is where your target market will see it. If I own a nightclub with gambling, the chances are pretty good I won't be featured in the church bulletin, so I won't try to contact the editor of that media. Local and regional newspapers, radio and TV stations are where you most likely want to be. Write a letter to the editors of each of these media introducing yourself and explaining your expertise in your business or industry. Explain that when events about the industry come up, you'd be happy to provide the local point of view to the story. Part 2 of this scenario is to keep up to date with what's going on in your industry. And when a story comes along, alert the media and offer your assistance as the local expert. And make it easy on the media. Before you submit any materials to the media, ask what format they prefer. If they want flash drives, what program, can you convert your story to a PDF file or a CD? Can you mail a text file with links to articles or references to the story? If you send the wrong format, they may not have enough time before the deadline to extract and convert your information for publication. So start well in advance of the date you'd like to see the information in print. And don't show up on a Monday morning expecting to see an article on you the following weekend. It's probably not going to happen that fast unless you're really big news. Now, the media will work with you as long as you work with them. So try to resist being too demanding. You may not be totally happy with the final copy. When it comes to publicity, you'll have very little say in the final product. So don't be surprised to find an alternative view of your business or industry in the same article. The media is not going to run a free ad for you. So accept the exposure you get as a positive step forward in your business efforts. Now, how do you convince them you're worthy of publicity? Well, in my case, it was pretty simple. I could have written an ordinary marketing book that would have been largely ignored by the publishing industry. Instead, I saw a glaring lack of information for business owners in small towns. There are a ton of books on marketing, a ton of books on small business, but there are none that I can find on small town marketing. My books are a niche that's also news. And as I'm happily finding, there's a demand for it. So what is it about your business that makes it unique? In the description below, you'll find a link to how to make your business unique from my smalltownmarketing.com website. We're all unique in some way, and for that very reason, our respective businesses are unique. Can you tie your business to a national event? World Series, Super Bowl, new laws in your area, economic changes in the industry that may affect your small town. It's there, you just need to do a little looking. Someone once said even bad publicity is better than no publicity. I'm not sure I totally agree with that, but I will agree that publicity in the right place, exposed to the right people, is worth its weight in gold. So don't try to go too fast. Meet the media editors in your area and try to form a relationship. It's no secret what you want to do. You want a free ad and they don't want to give it to you unless you make it newsworthy. Why would I want to read about your business? What makes you or your product so special? Answer these questions and you're on the way to free publicity. And that's the podcast. If you missed any of my previous podcasts, you'll find them all on my YouTube channel. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel while you're here. You'll also find a link to my podcast on my website at smalltownmarketing.com. That's smalltownmarketing.com. So tune in each Saturday and let's build successful businesses together.